just tell me when you start. Like,
When you start talking.
Okay. So one day, when Richie was walking home from school, he saw his best friend Ross. And when they met up to shake hands, Ross accidentally stepped on Richie's brand new sneakers. And in anger, Richie exclaims, "Bro, you just stepped on my J's." For the past 30 years, Jordan has dominated 58% of the basketball shoe market, which is worth $4.5 billion. Jordans are no longer just a basketball shoe. They are a form of self-expression, and they're a fashion statement. Even the most powerful man in the world owns a pair of J's. So in my presentation today, I'll be discussing how Jordan was able to gain its popularity and how it continues to maintain this longevity of success. And my 3 points are, I'll begin with Band 1s, Jordan's media involvement, and lastly, how exclusive Jordans really are. So to begin, in 1984, Michael Jordan was drafted 3rd out of North Carolina, and immediately when he was drafted, Nike signed him to a $2.5 million shoe contract. And before Jordan entered the basketball market, basketball shoes were predominantly white. It was actually illegal in the NBA to wear anything but white shoes. However, when Jordans entered the market, they released an initial black and red colorway, which brought a lot of controversy. And for every game that Michael wore these shoes, he was fined $5,000 by the NBA because it violated league policies. But Nike used this as a promotional campaign. Their entire message was that the NBA is only banning these shoes because it gives you an unfair advantage. By wearing these shoes, it puts you above the competition. But what truly separated Jordan from the rest was his style of play. His acrobatic moves and his sky-high flying dunks actually made it seem like he could fly. So consumers wanted to buy shoes because they wanted to fly like Michael did. And after reaching his peak of success, after winning 3 NBA championships, Michael teamed up with the most popular cartoon at the time, Looney Tunes, to make the movie Space Jam. And although it received odd reviews, and it was a really weird plot, it grossed over $100 million in the United States. And that was, at the time, the highest non-Disney movie to gross such an amount. And what this did for Michael was that it allowed him to enter a brand new market. He was able to appeal to consumers who weren't basketball fans. Children who never played a game of basketball, who never picked up a basketball in their lives, all of a sudden saw Michael Jordan, and they wanted to buy his sneakers. This movie made Jordan seem more than human. It gave him superhuman powers, and it made him seem like a superhero. This took him away from the competitive side of things. It made him seem charismatic, made him seem human, and it made him seem approachable. And this really allowed him to target U.S. families across the world, across the nation. And lastly, Jordan severely limits the supply of his shoes. Every time a new Jordan drops, they'll have a maximum of 10 to 15 pairs at your local Foot Locker or any retail store. And you have over 300 people, 400 people lining outside for these shoes. So you do the math, how many people are actually going to get these shoes? Not a lot. Most people are going to go home empty-handed. And by severely limiting the supply, Jordan creates a massive shortage of shoes. The demand is never be able to be met, and people are often hungry for more shoes because they never can't get their hands on a pair. And actually, every Christmas season, Jordan releases the Air Jordan 11, and it's called the murder shoe. And the reason why it's called the murder shoe is because since the 1980s, there has been over 1,000 deaths and injuries related to the release of this shoe. And that's because during Christmas season, they release like 10, 15 pairs at your local mall, but instead of 400 people lining up, you have thousands of people lining up for these shoes because they're so exclusive and so rare. And by keeping them so rare, people are actually dying for these shoes. This is a sneaker that people are literally losing their lives for. And although this may seem like bad publicity for Jordan, this has only raised the awareness of the brand. Because, once again, it shows how exclusive the shoe is. Not an ordinary person can't get their hands on a pair. And if you had a pair, it showed a sense of class, style, and it sets you apart from everybody else. So just to recap my points, Jordan's initial popularity began with the Band 1s, when his shoes were illegal, and Nike promoted that, you know what, these shoes actually give you an unfair advantage. Next, during the peak of his popularity, Jordan teamed up with the most popular cartoon at the time to make a mega film, Space Jam, and it allowed him to reach markets where he never was able to reach before. And lastly, by severely limiting the supply of Jordans, Nike creates a shortage, the demand is never be able to be met, and people are always looking for the next release because they didn't get their hands on a pair the first time. So, the next time someone steps on your J's, how would you do it? Thank you.